Yes, and that is why Delhi Capitals now, only the second match in the WPL, they have the highest total so far. Some things probably don't change when it comes to both the IPL and the WPL. RCB is a classic case in point. Big names, superstars, but bowling forever a perennial problem. The men's team have been suffering from bowling issues for 15 years. The women's team has also had major bowling issues. 223 for 2. I mean, ideally, if you have to look at if this was the first match, RCB would be feeling what the men's team felt in 2008. 222, Brendan McCullum 158. It was as close to it as it could be. Shafali Verma and Meg Lanning, two of the most powerful batters, and they absolutely tore apart the RCB bowling. Just look at how it was, because the run rate, the scoring rate that was there at any point in time, it was well over 11. At one point, it looked like Delhi Capitals would go past 250. But luckily, in one over that Heather Knight bowled, she got rid of both Shefali Verma and she got rid of Meg Lanning. Meg Lanning was bowled, Shefali Verma was stumped, and that is why it is a kind of a mini comeback. But unfortunately, Marizan Cap's big hitting and Jemima Rodriguez's clinical precision of finding the gaps has ensured RCB will have to chase down 224. It is already a belter of a track. There is absolutely no assistance whatsoever for the bowlers. Everybody struggled. I mean, just have a look at the economy rates. Renuka Singh Thakur, we thought she would make an impact, but unfortunately, Meg Lanning got after her in a big way, and she conceded 24 runs in 3 overs. Megan Shute, who could have been the X factor in the bowling lineup, she conceded 45 runs in 4 overs. Preeti Bose, 4 overs, none for 35. But the maximum damage was done because from Sophie Devine, 1 over 20. And that was the beginning of the carnage that Shefali Verma and Meg Lanning unleashed on them. Asha Shobna also tried, but 2 overs for 29. It just could not live up to it. And that's why you look at it, the best bowler on show was incidentally Elise Perry. 3 overs, none for 29. But yeah, economy rate wise, Renuka Singh, 8 runs per over. She was actually one of the best bowlers on show. 8 runs in economy. That is the standard that this has happened. Mumbai Indians yesterday made 207 with Harmanpreet Kaur blasting a brilliant 50. Here, Shefali Verma and Meg Lanning both looked good to register the first WPL centuries, but unfortunately that did not happen. Shefali Verma, 84 of 45. Imagine when she departed, she still had about 6 overs to go. That is why it was a golden opportunity she missed. And the unfortunate thing is, RCB's bowling yet again found wanting. Under the face of a relentless onslaught by, you may say, Shefali Verma, they just could not cope up with the pressure. So they have a mountainous task ahead of them, Royal Challengers Bangalore, if they have to chase this total down, because everything will depend on Smriti Mandana, Sophie Devine and Richa Ghosh. Because these 3 batters have the capability to score at a very quick rate and on a consistent basis as well. But what can we say about RCB? I mean, I don't know, maybe Smriti Mandana's captaincy was all over the place. First major, if you may say, stint of captaincy with a major franchisee. Yet again, what happens to RCB when the bowlers step up? Beat the men, beat the women. 15 years, it's been a sorry tale. Remember, 2016 IPL, the batters batted way out of their skin, but the bowling team just could not live up to it. So that is why absolute carnage at the Brabant Stadium. Although not many people have come, there are some empty stands, there are seats which are vacant, but the crowd that have been there, they have been treated to a brilliant display from Shefali Verma and Meg Lanning. Both fell in the space of a couple of deliveries. 162 run opening partnership. Brilliance indeed. And looking at the way how RCB's bowlers went about, their batters would be really demoralized. So that is the story that has happened in this innings in the WPL 2023. First doubleheader of this tournament, RCB versus DC. Royal Challengers Bangalore won the toss and they chose to field. But unfortunately, Delhi Capitals and their brilliant batting from Meg Lanning, leading from the front, Shefali Verma, brilliance persona, 162 run stand, and then ended in grand style by Marizan Cap and Jemima Rodriguez. 223 for 2. Considering in the first match of IPL 2008 when RCB took on KKR notched up 222 for 3. So the women's team unfortunately have gone one run worse than the men's team did at that point in time. Can the batters avoid the 82 ignominy? That will be the major question that's there. The chase will resume in the next couple of minutes, so all hopes now will be on Smriti Mandhana, Sophie Devine, Richa Ghosh right at the bottom, because you look at the top order, there is also Elise Perry. But Elise Perry, remember, nowadays just doesn't produce those aggressive knocks. Yes, she's the anchor and she ensures that the rest of the batters bat around her. Unfortunately, in this case, they will not need a batter who is just anchoring the innings. They will want someone to go big right from the very beginning. Mandana can do it, Divine can do it. Maybe there is a promotion for Richa Ghosh. Maybe that could happen. So 224, that is the target. Already this is the highest total in the WPL, surpassing the 207 that Mumbai Indians did the previous night. So it is a very, very uphill task for Royal Challengers Mangalore. I'll just take a couple of comments before I leave. The DC spinners with Jonathan, Radha and Capsey will bowl way better than RCB spinners. Kulsinero agreed, yes. Jonathan in particular will be very, very difficult to get away because the lines that she bowls is very accurate. But maybe the batters, the RCB players will have to innovate and try to put Jonathan off her line and length. So that is why that will be key. Yes, Radha Yadav and Alice Capsey also. Very, very important that they hold up things in the middle overs, because you wouldn't want how DC got away in the middle overs to be undone. RCB will have to maintain this high scoring rate on a regular basis. Yes, Aditya Kavlekar, it was carnage, and who will play the Gale role for RCB? That's a very interesting question. But would you want a Gale-like approach? Because see, what was Chris Gale's template? He would take his time and then explode towards the end. Maybe the likes of Smriti Mandhana, Sophie Devine, they are not suited for that kind of a game. Mandhana in particular will be looking to score big in the power play overs, especially from 1 to 6. That is the key point. And remember, she's a mixture of grace and power. She can time the ball well, she can find the gaps, and she can also unleash her power when needed. So that is the thing. So I see Mandhana doing that, or if not Mandhana, then maybe Sophie Devine. Devine has got the ability to clear the boundaries. Anyway, the boundaries are pretty short at the Brabant. It's about 55 to 60 meters. So clearing the boundary will not be that much of an issue. Then what about the other thing? RCB and first match. Maar to padna hai, Sarak Chandra Yalamati. Yes, I mean, what can we say? RCB, some things never change. RCB not able to win a title, the men's so far. The bowling never has improved for RCB. Maybe in the coming years it might happen, but maybe there'll be a generational change after that. Then what about it? Yes, quite a pedestrian effort by RCB spinners. The DC spinners with Jonathan, Radha and Capsey will bowl way better. And yes, I mean, that might happen. Remember, Jonathan will be the key on this deck. And remember, DC are playing with 5 overseas players. And Tara Norris, maybe the left armer can unleash some kind of, can be a difference maker. A left-hander, maybe she can get rid of Mandhana quite cheaply. That might be the contest worth looking for. Marizan Cap, on the other hand, that will also be a very, very interesting thing. So, any other comments that are there? No, there isn't any other comments. Aditya Krishnan, thank you for it. RCB strength is their batting. So are they chasing this Aman Gupta? Yeah, I mean, their batting looks very, very good. Mandhana, Divine and Richa Ghosh. But at the same time, 224 with Delhi's accurate bowlers, especially Jonathan, Radha Yadav, Marizan Cap, could be very, very difficult. But yes, if there is one team that can do it, unlike the capitulation that the Gujarat Giants had, maybe it is RCB. That is the way forward. Yeah, fantastic use of technology, outstanding rules, reviews for wide and no ball, super. Vignesh Konar, yes. Very, very good usage of the technology. Yesterday, Harmanpreet Kaur used it for a wide. Here, Jemima Rodriguez used it for a no ball. Although she was bending low, but the ball was dipping, and that is why the no ball was not given. But it's a very, very good use of technology indeed. I agree with that, Vignesh Konar. Tough for RCB fans, I mean, to see this kind of bowling, same as men's team. Arun Teja, I agree. I understand the pain, but maybe the WPL is a different thing altogether. Maybe the women's team can do what the men couldn't do. Maybe they can win a title. I still maintain it. They are one of the favorites, but looking at the bowling performance, maybe it is just one off day. Maybe one is reliant on that. How come so much coincidence? Cricket analysis by RV. Men's IPL began with 200 scores, and now women's IPL. No, I mean, I don't agree with the last part, cricket analysis by RV, but yes, coincidences are galore indeed. Although the one coincidence is no one scored a century yet. In the first match, there was a century. So that's where I think the coincidences end, and we are all set to begin the match now, or we may, I think there's still a couple more minutes left. So that is about it. And love from Himachal, Ayush Sharma, thank you so much. But well, unfortunately, Ayush Sharma, one of Himachal's best, Renuka Singh Thakur, unfortunately did not get going. She was hit all over the park, but she was the best bowler on display today. 8 economy rate. That is how bad it is for the bowlers out there. So we are all set for an epic chase. And remember, this is not only this is not the game that we are having today. There is one more game which is at 7 p.m. IST. The toss will happen at 7 p.m. IST. That is UP Warriors versus the Gujarat Giants. Alyssa Healy versus potentially a new captain for the Gujarat Giants, because Beth Mooney injured her knee and it looks like she may be out for the tournament. One hopes that she recovers, because the Gujarat Giants will have to really buck up after their very woeful performance yesterday, where they lost by 143 runs, the highest victory margin that a team has had in women's T20 matches. So RCB will chase it down. It's a tight game, but DC will win. Yep, that might happen. So stay tuned to Sports Today for all the latest analysis. Tap that bell icon and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages as well. Thank you. Big fan. Yes, I too am a big fan of Ellie Sperry. Bye bye. Vanak.